Okay guys, so here is my April 19th full moon altar setup. Um, oh my goodness, where do we start? Well, you've got your Ostara, energy, definitely Beltane energy. I thought it was kind of cool. This is like my older version of the season of spring. And now I use the tree card, but this is the older version. And I was able to find this cute egg cake, which kind of matches that. So here's a kind of a fertility cake that I'm going to be sharing with my family soon. This is from a new deck that was gifted to me, and it's the rabbit looking up at the moon, which I think is really perfect for Ostara, and for this season, of course, for this time of the year. So I have my divination over here, and I started using these old oracle cards that started making about 20 years ago, and this was my old eggs card. So this is what inspired the eggs card that I did, and it's protecting your children, protecting your youth, because when I first got this, that looked like my youngest daughter, and it really inspired me to make a card about protecting your children. And of course I have the runes, which I'm actually going to probably anoint in my next scarification ritual, and of course Freya. And what was really cool is that when I put this in here, you guys, this is what happened. I put this in here right like this, and then I noticed, and remember, I poured the runes in there from my bag, and then I looked and noticed those are the runes, right? You've got these three runes, and then they're right there, right by each other. I was like, oh my gosh, there it is. That was just crazy. And then there you have Teowas or Tear, right next to Teowas or Tear. And I swear, I just poured these in there from my bag, and then I sat that on top, and I was like, wait a second, I kind of see a pattern going on here. But anyways, there's Freya. She's one of my main ethereal celestial sisters that I work with in springtime. Definitely, her and Loki are the main ones, the twins to me. So these are the gods and goddesses that I kind of was inspired to work with through the spring. For some reason, I've been called to. I've never really worked that much with Dionysus. Dionysus showed up actually as basically like a gay uncle type of an archetype when I was doing a Persephone ritual in the graveyard many, many years ago. So I kind of want to delve into that archetype a little more. And then Oshan, and then Selene, or Selena. Only because she's actually came up through a reading I did for somebody on one of my live feeds. And it was just such an intense experience that I was like, you know what? I think I want to work with her. So then, of course, who else? What was I have, of course, the star card because, it represents, to me, it represents divine energy and all of that. And then I have this little Murray starfish to represent connection to the ocean. I have this copper gold ring to represent my connection to the Fae. I have McKenna is my knowing rune made out of mountain ash. This is from actually, this was actually, I believe this was actually my grandmother's, and it's a bee. And bees for me are really connected to Freya and springtime. And I work with bees a lot. And it's interesting because I actually have a pretty bad allergic reaction. So I've been having a interesting relationship with the bees the last couple of years and trying to find some kind of common ground where I can work with them and not, end up underground. But I love bees. They're amazing. And it's just certain types that I'm allergic to as well. So, and then these are some really old runes that for some reason I've been pulling out a lot of my older stuff. This is my oldest. I mean, this is from a lot of these cards are from 20 years ago. And these runes I made these runes when I was pregnant with my oldest. And I also had dream runes at that time. And these are actually dream runes. So it's, this is your antagonist. This is your protagonist. No, I'm sorry. That's your protagonist. That's your antagonist. That's your protector, your warrior. This means a connection to crossroads and spirits. And this is soul group. So those are the things I was working with at the time. I know that's not the protection rune, you guys. That was just the runes that I was using in my, kind of my dreams that I was working with. So the other thing I want to show is a mentor of mine who passed back in, I don't know, 4 years ago or so. I was gifted that, and it is what he used in the services when he was, it's like a spy scope basically. And he told me in a journey recently that I should use this to look at the moon, and I can divine with it. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Okay, I'm going to start using that. So I'm actually going to start using that tonight. And then, of course, right there, you guys, the star of the party, the honored guest, Moonwater. So that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. This is my altar. It's what I'm working with. I think, again, there's a lot of old energy coming in with these old runes and these old cards. And then these new archetypes that I've never even barely worked with. I mean, barely worked with. I've worked with them maybe just like in like these show up in journeys if I'm trying to connect with somebody else. You know, they'll show up as like cousin types or aunt types, but they've never shown up in extensively as like, say, Frey and Loki and Brigid and Arian Rod and that type of stuff. So pretty interesting. So me and my family are going to have some of that egg cake, which I thought was really cool. Bring in this spring and kind of bring in some prosperity for the family. Definitely prosperity. And definitely, I feel like prosperity and truth are the two things I want to concentrate on. I have a feeling I'll be getting a lot of messages from these guys. What else? I don't know. Let's do a card. I'm just gonna cut. Let's see what I get. What do I get? I think I got this in another reading. Purposeful action. And you know that's interesting too, because when I first got this card in the other reading, I kind of took it the wrong way. Like I was like, oh, okay, so it's prosperity. She's, riding the coins, but it's purposeful action. So it's about bringing prosperity into your family because you're directing your attention towards financial stability. And that's exactly what I'm doing with a lot of the stuff I'm doing now. Is bringing some financial stability into my family's life. And that is why I did choose the star card on top, because I wanted to bring that energy, to bring financial prosperity, but also to be able to be seen, and offer the gifts, but also be able to find some kind of prosperity through those gifts. Because so many of us, we give our gifts freely and don't realize that, we also have to survive. We have to take care of our families. And I think I'm starting to get that. And I'm actually really basically going almost full time now, just doing this shamanic work and stuff. And I really love it. And I just want to do that and continue to do that and prosper and bring things for my family. And anyways, I love you guys. Happy dreaming. And I will be posting a video tomorrow of my shamanic journey tonight. It's pretty intense, so I have to edit it down because it's kind of long. But it was a good one, and I'm going to post that. I will post a pick a card for you guys. And I will, what else? If the weather permits, I might do a labyrinth walk. But to be honest, I think that the shamanic journey I did tonight was just, it was more than I expected. And I think I might need a little bit of a break after that. But this is my full moon, April 19th altar, and it's kind of bringing in that energy for spring because Easter is Sunday, Ostara, Easter, Esther, Beltane energy, May Day. A lot of that is around there as well, and that is it. So there you go, you guys. As always, dream and divine deeply, and sweet dreams.